Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to Framed 2024, the last day of Framed 2024. This has been a September-long BookTube event concentrating on art, whether it's talking about an art book of some kind or going out and looking at art and maybe taking us along, or even creating art of your own. We had fun a couple of times drawing things on this channel together, which was it was an experiment on my part. I had no idea how it would work. I thought it worked really well, and a lot of you really, really enjoyed it. I want to do a little more of that. I may do another framed video today, but I did want to end with a book. I did pick a book off the shelf last night and throw it on the pile and loved it. I spent 2 hours just luxuriating in it. It's an oversized thing. It's an oversized art book, but it's not meant as an art book. It's meant as a nature book, which is another way, another type of art-related book product. It's a nature book that concentrates on beautiful artwork. It's this thing, Garden Birds of the World, illustrated by Maurice Pledger. And there on the cover, I'm sure this is what motivated me to get this, are sparrows. I have a large brawling group of sparrows. They are thoroughgoing little a-holes. I am deeply, deeply fond of them. I'm on my 4th generation of them. Maybe more than that. They live in the wainscoting of the house. They don't bother with anything barbaric as making nests in trees or hedges. They live inside the house, so they're able to survive the winter in fairly good comfort because they have burrowed in between the insulation and the house, so they capture a lot of warmth. And there's nothing that can get in there to get at them except a rival band of birds. And so that's their shelter is a given, and their food and water is a given too, thanks to me. I feed them rather generously all the time. And I've come to know them so well that when I am walking around at the Brattle Bookshop or over on the high street or somewhere else in some other neighborhood, and a little sparrow hops onto the ground and hops around, my first thought when I look at them is, well, you're not one of mine. Are you new? And then I remember, oh wait, you're nowhere near your house. And you're not supposed to be able to visually recognize these people. But that's what this book is. Here is Maurice Pledger. I don't know if Maurice Pledger wrote the text for this book, but that's what this is. You get a full color picture of the bird, here the magpie, and then you get 1 page of description, what they're like, their Linnaean classification. Just that, no more. It's not even natural history. It's just a glance at them per page, and you get a bunch of these birds. This book is from the 1980s, so nowadays books like this tend to have the cover artwork also printed on the naked hardcover. That's not true here. It's just on the dust jacket, and I don't see this that often secondhand. So I grabbed it, even though I try to be very careful about overloading on these oversized books. Here we have the tawny owl. You get an illustration of the bird in its natural habitat. Then you get a description, and at the end of the description, you get a few clarifications. And in one of the most hilarious things that this part of old bird books is always funny. It tells more about the writer than it does about anything in nature, which is when they try to phonetically recreate the cry of the bird. Whoever wrote this, whether it was Pledger or not, always tries to do that. Like, for instance, the voice of the tawny owl is Kiwik, while its other main call is too woo 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 woo. But what about the blackbird? Look at how lovely these paintings are. Just beautiful. Full color paintings. What are we going to get for the blackbird? Chook, 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 and pink, pink, pink. We get the robin, almost lost there amid a whole bunch of blossoms. And what is its call? A rather high-pitched melodious warble. Alarm call, a rapid tick, 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 resembling the sound made by an angler's reel. Here is the goldfinch. And the whole book is like that, and all the more amazing because Pledger had no formal art training at all. He figured out how to do a lot. He's an amazing autodidact, figured out a lot of how to do this on his own. And the one page descriptions here. This is a bird that shows up in the winter. This is a bird that can be a bully. This is a bird that will raid other birds' nests. That's commonplace. If that were this book, you wouldn't buy it. You buy the book for the pictures, which certainly to me seemed to qualify it as an art book, and I loved it. Oh, going through this again, I loved it. I originally found this. I think I might have hauled it on this channel. Or no, I think I got this before we were talking. Maybe just a bit. I think I got this 10 years ago. But I loved revisiting it, and I felt all the more emboldened to revisit it because of Framed. So I want to thank the creators of this event very much so. This was just so much fun to concentrate on all kinds of art. And also, of course, as with all the other September BookTube events that I'm talking about today, I want to thank everybody who was involved in it. How fascinating some of the videos have been. Whether it's something about art that transfixes you in your own collection, or whether it's some art that you want to show. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And an aspect of books that doesn't get talked about a lot on BookTube. So many thanks to Heather Gregg and her merry crew. I will wrap this up for now, and maybe we'll reconvene for Framed next year. Thank you, BookTube.